Welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the 3 weight loss mistakes you should avoid. And I'm going to be sharing from personal experience and helping clients. If you are new, my name is Keaton and I've lost over 35 pounds and I just like to share how I did it. In my 12 years prior to losing 35 pounds, I made countless mistakes. And something I learned recently from Jim Quick via another guy called Kevin Green, he said that people learn the most from mistakes rather than just theory and listening to it. So I'm glad I've made the mistakes to a certain degree, but not so happy that it took me 12 years to find the perfect solution. But let's jump into it. And as I was saying that, I realized that there's a 4th kind of bonus thing that you may want to try. So we'll stay to the end and I'll give you a little bonus on how you can supercharge your weight loss. So let's jump into them. I've made some notes like I always do. So the first mistake is excessive amounts of cardio. Back when I was trying to lose weight, I would be in the gym 6 to 10 hours a week. So that's like pretty much every day a week, and sometimes spending an hour and a half doing cardio. All I would do is excessive amounts of cardio. I'd go in the morning, do at least 45 to 60 minutes on the elliptical, and then sometimes I'd even mix it up. I'd do the elliptical, the bike and the treadmill. I basically ran my body into the ground doing copious amounts of cardio. And in the evenings I'd turn up and do a 45-minute spin class. So 2 or 3 times a week I was doing spin on top of the 45 to 60 minutes of cardio during the morning before work. And I can tell you now that excessive cardio is not the best way to lose weight. For example, on an elliptical in about 45 minutes, I could probably burn anywhere between 300 to 400 calories depending on how fast I was going. And that can be easily wiped out by just having a couple of biscuits, a chocolate bar, maybe a couple of pints of lager. And so the excessive amounts of cardio is not the best way to try and lose weight. Obviously, if you've not got your diet on point, then you can do as much exercise as you want, because you won't lose weight. Obviously, the number of calories you put in has to be lower than the calories you burn for you to lose weight. However, like I said, excessive cardio is not the way forward for a few reasons. 1, you're better off sorting out your diet. Number 2, it actually increases hunger. So in my case, when I was exercising to lose weight, I was so hungry throughout the whole day. It was ridiculous. I was hungry in the mornings after I did my cardio, and then I'd be hungry in the evenings as well because I've probably done spin. But all throughout the day, trying to lose weight rapidly was to do excessive cardio, and hunger was at its all-time high. The second problem with excessive amounts of cardio is it's tiring. You're spending a long time doing cardio, where you can be more efficient if you did a little bit of cardio and sorted out your diet. So from a time efficiency point of view, excessive cardio isn't really the way forward. Number 3, and this is probably the worst case scenario for when you're trying to lose weight. Really, when we're trying to lose weight, we are trying to lose body fat. And when we do excessive amounts of cardio and we're not fueling ourselves correctly, then we're likely to lose more muscle than we are body fat, because it's easier to break down muscle than it is body fat. So what was happening during those periods of time where I was doing excessive amounts of cardio? Yes, I was losing weight, but I would assume I was losing a lot of muscle, because at the end of the day, when I lost the weight and I fitted into some new jeans, I didn't really have the physique I really wanted. So in my mind, I was thinking like a nice physique, chiseled abs, chiseled like chest, shoulders, like defined muscles, but I never really got that. So that kind of leads me to believe that I probably lost a lot of muscle during those early stages of weight loss through excessive cardio. So please don't do excessive cardio. look, you want to do cardio anyway for your general health. You want to be doing anywhere between 150 minutes to about 100, 200 minutes, give or take. Essentially, it's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, if you want to do it that way, or 3 45-minute sessions a week. And that's just to give you a good, healthy heart, right? So everyone should do cardio, whether it's walking, running, biking, whatever it is. So do your cardio, but don't do too much. Let's jump on to point number 2. Point number 2, I've made this mistake. I put extreme dieting. Extreme dieting, or just constantly changing your diet. So let's take extreme dieting. Back in the day, I like to refer to my stories because, look, I was learning from my mistakes. So back in the day when I was dieting, one of my excessive diets was to do intermittent fasting, and I would literally go to the gym in the morning, have a black coffee beforehand, go to the gym, and not eat till like 2 o'clock. I'd have a late lunch, I'd eat lunch, and then I'll eat dinner, and that was it. That's all I ate. So that's one form of extreme dieting. I was really eating very low calories on top of the excessive cardio, which meant I didn't have enough protein in my diet. So you can see they were a combination of effects of being very hungry, losing muscle through lack of protein, and just not eating enough nutrients. That I didn't really look right, if that made sense. I didn't have the energy, I was exhausted. Another random thing I used to do when I was dieting was I would have like maybe a slice of toast for breakfast once I got into the office. Then I'd have like a salad with like maybe one piece of chicken, and then, or a soup, and then I'd have a dinner which was chicken and veg or fish and veg. And that sounds great, but there was like hardly anything to it. I was probably eating less than a small baby child, like a small kid. I think even my youngest daughter would eat more than I was eating back in the day when I was trying to lose weight. And the lack of nutrients is really bad. That's why when you see people who are doing extreme dieting, they don't look really well. It's because they're not getting enough nutrients. Number 2, extreme diets don't allow you to have enough protein to sustain muscle. So for everyone who's wanting to lose weight, you want to be having about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or your target body weight. So say you wanted to be 150 pounds, which is, I don't know how many that is in kilos, but you want to be having 150 grams of protein. So extreme dieting, you're not having the nutrients, you're not having the protein, and you're just not having enough calories to keep you with energy throughout the day. So they're the main 3 things, the downsides of extreme dieting, and definitely one to be avoided. Number 3 is not enough sleep. Oh my god. I used to have a saying back in the day that I'll sleep when I'm dead, and I didn't really understand the importance of sleep when you're trying to lose weight. I was in the IT industry, and often I would work very late. Sometimes I would do evening stints where I'd be going to sleep at like 2-3 in the morning, and then waking up at 7 or 8 the next day to go back to work. So I didn't really prioritize sleep. And what I've come to understand now is that generally you want to be having anywhere between 6 to 8, maybe 9 hours sleep if you're lucky. I've got young kids, so good luck to anyone who's got kids getting 9 hours sleep. That's non-existent. But getting good quality sleep as well as quantity of sleep is an essential part of weight loss. And now one of the things I prioritize is actually sleeping a decent amount if I can. So I know there's a meme going around that my kids don't have a bedtime, they just tuck me in. Well, that's kind of like me. I'm in bed between 9-9:30, and I'm trying to go to sleep before 10. I'm generally up at 5:36. So I'm trying to get 7 hours sleep, and then on Sundays I have a bit of a lie-in. But the problem with the lack of sleep, there are 2 main issues with the lack of sleep. One, you have an increase in cortisol, which actually prevents you from losing weight. So that's the stress hormone. You want to reduce that as possible. So one of the byproducts of lack of sleep is high stress, and then that increases cortisol. So you want to reduce your stress increase your sleep so that you can reduce that hormone in your system. Number two, which I kind of knew but didn't fully understand back then, was that we have a hunger hormone called ghrelin, and that gets upregulated, meaning that it's more predominant when you have a lack of sleep, meaning you're just going to be more hungry for a lot longer during the day. So if you ever tend to have lack of sleep, notice that you'll be more hungry than normal, and that's normal. That's your body has upregulated the hunger hormone called ghrelin. So those are three really big mistakes. They're the mistakes I see a lot, and they're ones to be avoided. So here's, after the mistakes, and then I wanted to talk about the bonus thought that I had as I started this live. I didn't plan it, so I haven't made any notes, but one is accountability. So I used to always do a diet on my own. Like my wife, love her to bits, but she didn't want to lose weight, and yeah, I'd try and eat healthy, I'd follow a new diet, and she'd kind of support me, but no one was really doing it with me, and so I was always on my own. Back then we didn't really have too much of Facebook groups, and I didn't know about Facebook groups. I'm in the IT industry, so I was an early adopter of Facebook and IT technologies, but we don't have support systems and groups and accountability systems as we do now. And one thing I would have loved back then is to trying to lose weight or have gym partners or whatever it is, as someone to do it together. So like I said, for 12 years doing it on my own, hard work. And then when I found my solution, the first month or so I was doing it with my brother. That was great because naturally brother's competitive, so he kept me on track. I wanted to beat him. In fact, I crushed him, so he quit. But then my friend joined me, and then me and him together, we were both trying to lose weight, and so we worked off each other. We kept each other accountable. Then eventually my wife said, I need more energy, so she jumped on. So now in the household we're doing it together. So trying to lose weight on your own is doable. You just need a strong mindset. You need to be super disciplined. If you want to know about discipline, check out yesterday's video. It's a bit long, but it's definitely worth listening to. But discipline and dedication to your goal regardless of anyone else. And sometimes that's hard in a household, in a family where it's just you, and I understand that. I was one of you, and it's not great, especially when other people in the family, whether it's your wife, spouse, partner, or even your extent, like your mum, dad in their houses, or your brothers, sisters, they're not dieting or not trying to improve their health. It's so much harder. So finding someone, whether it's a friend, family, or even a Facebook group or a coach, they're going to help you a lot more to stay on track than if you were doing it on your own. That's it for me. They're the 3 mistakes you need to avoid, plus a bonus on how you can help you stay on track better. But if you're looking for a sustainable plan, then in the DMs, hit me up, type plan, and I'll send you info on how we can have a free consultation about the sustainable plans that help me, my wife, my friends, family, and my clients lose weight, keep it off, and instill some good habits. So it's a free consultation. Just type plan in the comments below. If you haven't already done so, please like the video and maybe leave a comment of your common mistakes that you've made in the past and that we can help learn from. Other than that, have a great day and see you next time.